say la la la, la 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 la. Girls like me don't come around that much. You say la la.
Girls Like Me, whenever I think about it now, I like find it difficult to like detach it from the video, I guess, because it was like, that was the first time we'd ever made a video, and I guess it kind of set the tone for like the kind of videos that I then went on to make. But that was another one that was like really, probably in contrast, it was the same as Beat, but then the opposite, something like Treat Me Like a Lover, where like the arrangement was so instant, and I kind of came in with a verse and a chorus, and then like as soon as we put like a beat to it and like the guitar lines and stuff, I was like instantly had like the rest of the track. And like I think we had the whole thing, like me and Hugh Worskett, who I produced like most of the record with, we had like the whole thing like mapped out in like 2 days, and it didn't really change much from then. The video is essentially me speed dating myself in drag, and it in this kind of, again, like fictional, like dream-like setting. I'd never really acted, so to speak, or like been like filmed in that way, so it was kind of baptism by fire, I guess, like doing that, and then also in drag. So Hands was a weird addition to the album, but I think like strangely necessary at the same time. I had it basically, there's another track that didn't really change from like that much from my demo, other than in the drums and the like textures of the track maybe. I genuinely didn't think that it would make its way onto this album. I kind of had it as like this kind of dreamy interlude kind of track that I thought I was just gonna like bank it and maybe like put it on the second record or something. Like I had no plans for it really. And I just remember playing it to Jack when we had like, you know, we'd finished like Plastic and we got cracking with Treat Me Like a Lover, and then I played from that, and then I think it was more like he took a real like personal interest in it and really liked it. So we ended up like producing that on a whim. And I think lyrically it's probably like the most, like it gets pretty personal. Like I think it's just about feeling depressed really, but I think it's like the dreamy, like kind of gentle production and writing style on it is like a really nice breather in the middle of an album that's all quite like direct songs and quite punchy songs. So I think the way it sits like right in the middle and is the last track on side A on the vinyl, like I think it allows like a much needed breathing space on the record. So Habit is, as I was saying, is the oldest track on the record, which is just weird. Like I think when I first played that track was like literally my school concert or something. So yeah, it was weird like rejuvenating this track for the album. It's probably also the most like melodramatic. It's got like live strings, and none of the other tracks have that. But I think it's totally necessary for like what it's meant to be, like the height of melodrama, I guess, on the album. It plays with like the metaphor in it is like nicely classic, and I think maybe harks back to like the kind of writing style and kind of things that like I first started with. Do you sleep in the light of the day? The things you like. So the Light of the Day is this kind of like woozy, bitter breakup track, I guess. It started out with like a really whack lyric as the chorus. It had like, instead of Light of the Day, it was License to Drive, and it was just like it started out almost as like a joke track, because I like failed my driving test like 4 times or something, and it was about like not having a license to drive. But obviously that is a terrible idea for a song. But like the music ended up becoming something much better. As soon as I had something to write about, went through a breakup, and then it suddenly became about that. As long as I'm reflecting you, know that it's love. Take Me Dancing was I had the chorus riff lying around for ages, and it was another one that until I'd taken it into the studio, I didn't really like find a new momentum for the writing. But it shares a quality with Beach in that when I was writing the lyrics, that it felt really cinematic, and painting the pictures of what I was writing about, yeah, just really helped the whole process along. But the song is basically about, it's a celebration of, I guess, like the best moments in life, or like moments of spontaneity, or like when you do something unexpected or like on a whim, and then it turns out to be like one of the best things you ever did.
Your prayers take me dancing.
The video was part of the like initial trilogy that I did with Rafe Gibbons, and it was sick because we ended up we won like an UK MBA for it, for best pop newcomer or something. When they read it out and we won, we were like, woo! It was like we were like so like not low key about it at all. We just like run up, like big high five, big hug. We're like the first award announced, so we looked like really newbie up on stage. But yeah, that was a great video to make, but difficult because I don't really dance and there's lots of choreography.
So here's one for Thursday. Remember that.
So for Thursday, in my eyes, is the closing track to the album, even though it's not like the very last track. It was probably the last track that I finished with Hugh, and it was another like difficult one, like it had existed in so many different forms. But yeah, I think the song was about like closing a chapter on a period of my life, so I think even when we were recording it, like we were kind of recording it in mind for it being like the closing track on an album, so it kind of has like I think the post-chorus has this, like the outro has like a closing curtains kind of feel to it.
So don't go, stay away.
Yeah, for Thursdays is not the final track. The final track is a song called The Water's Gone Cold, which is, yeah, I wanted to basically have it feel like, the feel of it is definitely that of like a hidden track, so I kind of wanted the Sweet Dreamer album to kind of feel like the book was closed for Thursday, and then this kind of like last like reader's note, I guess, is Water's Gone Cold. And I wanted to put something in maybe a bit more raw and classic at the end of it. And I've always loved kind of hidden tracks, or like finishing the album with something like that, so that's why it's there.